Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there this evening? This is your host, Kenny D. We're back with another episode of the PLV podcast. Hope you all enjoyed the last episode. I got a very special guest with me tonight. This is my sister, the one of a kind, one and only. How you doing, Miss Leslie Lott? How you doing?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, you trying to sound all official on my show. You ain't got to sound like that. Old ass lady, come on now. But you know,
we know each other for real.
But you know, the rule around here, everybody will remain blessed and humble. When you come on the show, everybody has a good vibe. We're going to stick to that. So we got a couple things. We'd like to have fun. We're going to get into tonight. This person that I got with me is a jack of all trades. I'm going to let y'all know right now. I ain't saying that just because I love her. She is one of a kind. If you have ever met or heard of her, a lot of y'all may know her through me, but she's a makeup artist. She's one of the smartest people I know. She is a fool. When I tell you she is a nut, she's one of the funniest women alive. I promise you.
Thank you.
I ain't never heard nobody that was this country from D.C. I'm let you know.
I'm from PG County, Maryland.
Okay, PG in the building.
Yeah,
all right.
PG County, Maryland. I went to school in D.C. though, so the whole DMV area, but still country as hell. So.
Okay, all right, cool, all right. Well, matter of fact, let's dive into that a little bit deeper since we're at the beginning of the show. Can you tell us more about the area you grew up in?
So I started going to school in PG County, Maryland. I'm from Maryland, born and raised, but I ended up moving to North Carolina when I was 13, all the way until I was like 21.
Mm-hmm.
But PG County, Maryland is full of like black people, black professionals, so I always saw representation in the professions that I wanted to be in. And so it was a blessing and it's an honor to grow up around powerful black people, because we live in a world where people want to act like we don't matter. And I grew up knowing that we mattered. So when I left that PG County environment, when I went to North Carolina, and I've gone anywhere, I've been able to understand that black people are prominent, black people are powerful. And even though the world want to taint us like we not, I'm blessed that I had that vision and I had that representation to show me that we are. So that's PG.
Okay.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
With some chicken wings and mumbo sauce.
Yeah.
That's PG.
Yeah. You said mumbo sauce?
Mumbo sauce.
Mumbo sauce. Damn. What is mumbo sauce? What that taste like?
Get it from a curry out. You're not gonna get it in North Carolina. I was so sad.
What'd you say? You said curry out.
Yeah.
I heard that shit.
When I moved to North Carolina, I was so mad because I went to a Chinese place thinking it was a curry out. It's not curry out.
Damn.
And I said, I want 5 pieces of mumbo sauce. They gave me Polynesian sauce. Let me tell you something.
What the?
That 5 piece did not get touched. I threw it in the trash.
You threw it in the trash?
Yes.
Damn.
Couldn't eat it no more. It didn't taste like what I grew up on. Had to go.
Well, you know what? That's okay. If like you said, it tastes like what you grew up on. You can't really argue with that, I guess.
That's when you know it's authentic. That's like going somewhere. You from South Carolina. That's like going somewhere and getting some soul food that you know ain't soul food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell the difference. Okay, I see where you're going with that now. You can definitely tell the difference.
You gonna do like how people do at the cookouts when you don't know who made whatever food and fold that plate up real quick and put it in that trash can. That's what you gonna do.
Wow. Okay, all right. Well, hell of an intro, Leslie.
Right.
But yeah, this is us, y'all. This is us on a daily basis. So y'all, we're gonna take y'all a little bit into our world. It gets a little wild, but right now, okay. But of course, like I said, my sister, she's a very deep thinker. So I want to ask you a couple questions about some situations going on in the world today. Of course, like I said in the last episode, we're still dealing with coronavirus and everything like that. How are you holding up? How are you dealing with it?
I think Corona for me, because Corona started when my last semester of grad school. So I was like, when I finish grad school, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then Corona said, hold up. No, you're not. Everything you're doing is from your house. You're not going nowhere, sis. So I had to get real comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the type of person, I like to plan stuff. I like structure. And I like stability.
Right.
And I had to change my whole vision of what consistency and stability was, because it left me with having to really mobilize in a way that I didn't know how, and it made me so uncomfortable, because I was like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you have to find peace in your journey even when it don't look like how you thought it was going to be.
Right. And it's hard to pay attentive, be attentive to things like that, because you can kind of get caught up with the fact that you're doing so much, but then you can be doing nothing at the same time. It's like we talked about before. I said I watched a video of Denzel Washington speaking at a university graduating class. He said, don't confuse moving more with doing more. So I had to run it back. I was like, man, what you mean by that? He was basically saying that you can go and just run around all day long, going to place from place, point A to B, C, D. But if you don't have a purpose or a plan of what you're doing, you're not going to get anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that struck me deep, because you just think that everybody who's busy and has their iPhone or their anything, just agenda full of activities, you think that they're getting so much done, when at the same time they can just be at the same point, stagnant.
You running around and you think you're doing something. When the dust settles, you look and you ain't produced nothing.
Right. Right. Didn't produce a damn thing.
Exactly. And that's the more frustrating part. Knowing that you done ran yourself rampant and you still ain't got nothing done.
I think that feeling in itself is probably worse than the situation.
Yeah.
For me. It's one thing to fail, but if I know that I'm failing while I still got a chance to succeed, that's I don't know, that's heartbreaking.
It feels like you didn't take advantage of an opportunity.
Yeah, it's like, what am I doing it for?
And I think a lot of people in the whole pandemic thing kind of feel like I can't do anything because I'm sitting still. It's really a mindset, because you and I both know from our own experiences, like, we hold so much power as people to create change in our own lives, but it really takes us having to take control of that to be able to do it. If we rely on other people to make things happen, or think that our situation is going to get better, when some outside source changes our inside situation, it's never going to work. It always starts with us changing, and us being like, you know what, this situation ain't popping because I'm not doing right. Not because somebody else ain't call my phone or some company ain't email me. It's me.
Absolutely.
Like the breakup, it's not me, it's you.
Absolutely. For real. It's like you can't blame anybody else. But of course, along with that, we still have the ongoing, just, it seems like generational curses of racism still budding today. It's like, it was nothing but 60, 70 years ago when, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, everybody was, marching, and the civil rights movement was so active. And we still basically in the same spot. It's just I don't know how to describe it.
It's like advances,
right,
in other areas that make us seem like we getting somewhere,
right? And
then all these black men get killed and recorded, and it's like we didn't get nowhere.
Like we just had a couple cases this past week. Like my man was sitting in the drive-thru. I mean, granted, he was fucked up, but at the same time, he was trying to sleep it off in the car. He wasn't bothering anybody.
And he said, my sister lives right there.
Right.
I can walk to my sister's house. Forget the car.
Yeah, forget the car.
I can walk to my sister's house.
There was no reason for him to die.
Absolutely no reason. And my thing is, look, if you so destined to shoot him, You shot him in his back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you are a police officer. You know how to shoot, where to shoot, for what intent. You know what you did. And we can't sugarcoat it, because if us, as non-police officers, shoot a police officer in their back, what's the first thing that they saying we did?
Look,
you murdered somebody.
Right. First degree.
Mm-hmm.
No manslaughter, no third degree, no none of that. It's first degree. Straight up. Life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
no
saying?
parole, you gone.
That's it. None of that. But they do it, and oh my God! Please arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. I can't stress this enough.
It drives me crazy because she was doing something, and for me, because I'm a black woman, it made me feel in a way that, of course, like I felt anyway, because the black woman experience is different from the black male experience. Even though we all experience pain, we all experience oppression. Mm-hmm. But as a black woman, when you're fighting to do things, she was in a profession. Mm-hmm. Like, she was trying to do the right thing. And then all of a sudden, your whole entire life is stopped by white men that don't know you from a campaign. And your boyfriend is there trying to protect you.
Can't do a damn thing.
Mm-mm.
Can't do a damn thing. It's just sitting in our own home.
Mm-hmm. Going to sleep because she probably had to wake up in the morning to do her job.
Sitting in our
was
own
not bothering
home.
Nobody.
You tell me you can kick the door in?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And as a black man, like, if you with your girlfriend and y'all live together, you never gonna let somebody. What's the first thing that you gonna do if you hear somebody knock down the door?
Come on, you know what I'm grabbing.
Exactly.
No, you know me. You know what I'm grabbing.
Look, even though I'm your sister, like, even if I was living with my man, that would be they would need to handle that. That's the type of man that I would need to be with. Right. So would never handle that. Because, no, ain't no way.
Damn sense, man. And it's just, it's like they out here killing for sport.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly. It's like, how many bodies can we rack up in a week?
And when you know, like, I think all of the situations compiled together reiterated for me that as black people, we have come farther than we were, but we still live in a system that was designed to not like us. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a broken system. Mm-hmm. So we're still, look, things have gotten better. We've had a black president. We have black congresswomen. We have black congressmen. Yes, we have black people in positions of power, but it's extremely disproportionate. So our voices are not as large as they should be. Because maybe if there were more black people in positions of power, maybe those no-knock laws would have even been in existence. Maybe the chokehold laws might have not been in existence. Because black people understand a black experience. White people don't understand a black experience.
And another thing, I don't think we understand the power that we have over that shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like, people say, protesting and everything is hopeless. To an extent, it may be. To the simple fact of it doesn't hold any power in the system they created. Mm-hmm. It's like they made a game. You got to beat them at their own game. Go to the polls and vote.
Exactly.
Go to the polls and vote. Don't do this. Don't sit here and say, Black Lives Matter, or we gonna change this, we gonna do that. We're here for change. You out there in the street with a sign, but you don't go vote.
Right.
Why? That shit you did matter. Honestly, it don't.
Because think about it. So last presidential election, we were both at the same university, right?
Right.
I voted on campus. Do you think when I saw